Right, meow? You hit the
Right
button
meow,
right, meow?
right meow.
Oh, okay.
Right,
So
meow.
meow, we're live. I see
We're
how
live
it is.
meow.
Live right meow. Well, in that case, let me just say.
Welcome all to Hit or Miss. That was Smeggy and his musical inclinations. Thank you, Smeggy.
Yeah, no problem. I forgot how to do that.
I know. I'm kind of still reeling from you being actually here again. I mean, I don't know what to do. So welcome all Hit or Miss. I'm Night Strike, and let's just go straight forward into it and introduce our panel. We have a few people here. Hopefully, we'll get some more people as we progress. But if not, this is all we've got. You know, I'm happy with what we've got right now, so I'm not complaining whatsoever. So. First up, we got AWAG 1000. What's going on, AWAG?
Hiya, I changed my avatar so it's slightly more appealing to look at than the back of my car.
Yeah, but now I don't know who the hell you are.
I don't know. I kind of like the car.
I know, I just did this because, I don't know, my parents got a hold of new cell phones and they've been sending me memes ever since. They kind of still won't stop.
Oh,
so,
God, your parents found out about memes? You're screwed.
Yeah. So they sent me this one meme that has this bee, and my avatar is the face of the bee because reasons.
I mean, when my parents first figured out how to text, instead of calling me from the other room, they would just go and text me what they wanted. And I'm like, damn it, I'm in the next room. What the hell?
Yep, same here. But my parents have discovered memes, so it's all over for me.
That's rough. That's rough.
Man.
All right. And next up, we have someone who's been gone for almost a month. Smeggy, where you been, man?
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing so. Where you been? Seriously, dude.
Yeah, I've been around. So, but I'm back now, so don't worry about it.
Are you back for good, or is this like a temporary
Yeah,
type thing?
Who knows? So y'all be nice to me. I might leave again. But anyways,
okay.
Yeah, no, I've been around. Things been good. Just got back from up north last weekend, so it was pretty fun.
Okay.
Talk about that a little bit.
All right. We got a late comer. We got Squibby. What's going on, Squib?
Hey, broadcasting live from work.
Oh, you gonna be okay with doing that?
I'll mute if I have to. Or just mute me if it's too loud in the background, please.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
All right. Last, certainly not least, the one, the only, the leader of the Travi, the Travis P11.
Hey, man, appreciate the invite. Thank you so much. Again, cheap plugs as usual. Check out my YouTube channel, Travis P11. Check out my channel on gunchannels.com. It's called Caliber Corner. You guys should be over there anyway. And lots of good stuff coming up for you. Lots of videos coming up this spring. And I just launched my official page over on Spreadshirt, and I've been putting that out on social media. So now you too can dress like you're part of the Travi.
Well, I'd be leery of dressing like a Travi. But again, if that's what you want to do, go for it.
There you go, man. Don't worry, I'll send you some swag. You're good. You're in the club.
Oh, I'm in the club. Okay.
Yep, you're officially in the club, so it's all
Maximum clubbage.
I want one just so that when the Travi take over, I can pretend to be one of them. And
yeah, we just look. We just walk right by.
Down.
We just walk right by.
Right. So,
Appreciate the invite, man. Thank you.
So, guys, what are we going to talk about tonight? I am unprepared again, like always.
Can I say this? Happy International Osama bin Laden is Dead Day.
Oh yeah, hey, how about that? Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, Smeggy still believes he's hiding in a cave somewhere.
Nah, he wearing witness protection.
I'm not trying to be super tinfoil hat, but not a single picture ever has surfaced ever in the fucking history of supposedly it happening. Come on. Oh, we have dumped the body in the ocean. Just trust us. Not a single one. I get it. They're all like, oh, it would anger the other people and you'd make more terrorists and stuff. I get it. I get what they're saying, but like they just not even once. It hasn't leaked. Like what the hell? Come on.
We'd make more terrorists.
Well,
like,
yeah, but
You know
Who
someone
cares
snapped a
if-
selfie. Come on.
who cares if we make more terrorists? We've already shown what we do with terrorists, so make all you want. We'll take care of them.
Yeah. But either way, I don't buy it. Photos are going to happen, right? That's what we say on the Instagrams and the YouTubes and whatnot.
I believe the term is pics or it didn't happen, but yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
All right. You got a conspiracy theory topic there. What do you think, Travis?
I got a topic for this evening. You want to open up with something or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
If you don't have any plans, well, again, coming from the good old state of Nebraska, we've got Hornady Ammunition has went ahead and stepped up their fight against the push of the liberal left. So I'm on a screen share here. Hornady stands up to the state of New York, and I hope we see more companies kind of following the path that Hornady's following. It says, today the state of New York did one of the most despicable acts ever perpetrated by any state by asking the New York banks, financial institutions, and insurance companies to stop doing business with the gun and ammo industry. While it may not make a difference to New York, Hornady will not knowingly allow our ammunition to be sold to the state of New York or any New York agencies. Their actions are blatant and disgusting abuse of office, and we won't be associated with a government that acts like that. They should be ashamed, and that's straight from the horse's mouth. Steve Hornady, the president of Hornady Manufacturing Company.
No, when they say the state of New York, they mean like literally the government, right? So the residents of New York can still buy it. Is that correct?
I don't know. When they say the state of, I think it's
No, the
everybody.
residents-
It's everybody.
The residents can't buy it because guns and ammunition are illegal in New York.
Well, it'd be New York City, but I don't know about necessarily New York State. Well, even then, I think you can get it in New York City if you get approved for it, but the chances of that are slim to none.
I mean,
So,
we all
yeah.
joke that guns are illegal in New York, but technically you can. You just jump through a lot more hoops.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in rural New York, upstate New York and all that stuff, they have tons of hunters and tons of stuff. And I know the Hornady rounds that I use in my 30-06 for hunting they group the best out of that Ruger American. I tried a bunch of different types of ammo when I first bought the thing, and that was, the absolute best ammo. It's like the Hornady, I think it's just called Whitetail. But it's
American Whitetail.
open tip or soft point. I think
Yeah.
it's a soft point. And then it's, I forget, 180 grains or whatever. Something like that. I forget. Maybe it's the
Well,
160 something going a little faster.
Oh, yeah. No, they make good ammo. What's interesting is they had just closed a contract with the FBI for either their training ammo or their carry ammo. Hollow point or critical duty. One of their
Critical
most-
defense.
No, it's not critical defense. I thought it was critical duty for law enforcement. But so if there's FBI offices in New York, they must be able to supply their guys with it. They must not be able to buy it there.
And say they get that from a federal.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
The federal government buys it all as one big thing. Because remember when there was, during the ammo shortage, when all the conspiracies came out that, the government was buying all the ammo to make the prices go up and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, they just took a bunch of different organizations, put all their orders together, had like just one buy them, like I forget which one it was. It was the Homeland Security or something. Like one organization bought 10 million rounds of ammo and then gave it out to all of the other people, the ATF and the FBI and all that shit.
Yep.
So I would imagine an FBI agent's getting his stuff from the main place. They're just shipping it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Pacini out on the YouTube side just said, what about Vista Outdoors selling off all their gun manufacturers and just producing ammo? You guys hear about that?
No. What's going on? Can we find some info on that one? That's a new one for me.
Yeah, if you found a link for that.
Okay.
I just want to say there was a comment out in the thing that said which companies would do that when the SAFE Act passed. There were companies that did that. And I don't remember them off the top of my head, but there was a couple of AR companies that were like, if these aren't good enough for your citizens, we're not selling them to your cops.
I mean, American Tactical Imports, the company that had my 1911 made in the Philippines, they went and moved in 2013 down to just like 40 miles away from me in Somerville, South Carolina. because, well, they were in Rochester, New York, and you know how New York is about guns and importing guns and whatnot. So they
And
left.
let's not forget about Magpul pulling out of Colorado a couple of years ago. I mean, that was a huge one too. You know, it's good that these things are happening though, because it's hitting some of these places in the pocketbook, even though they've got billions fueling their
Though it sucks for the people that work there, but again, you know, don't elect shitty leaders, and you know, you won't have these problems.
That's a good point.
I mean, granted, it's not their fault entirely, but again, you know, not doing anything to try and improve the situation doesn't help.
Yep.
Yeah. So either way, I really wish they didn't just stop selling to the entire state. I just wish they stopped selling to the state government. And that article or whatever was a little confusing as to which one. Because again, because that doesn't hurt the politicians at all to not sell to the hunters in upstate. That makes them happy. They don't want the hunters up there anyways.
Well, so you know, you might be able to buy their ammo.
Makes them happy.
Yeah. You may be able to buy the ammo, say, through another supplier, but
how can they really enforce it when all this stuff really goes through distributors? So, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really matter? I mean, I think it's a good. I see what their point is, but you're not going to stop a distributor in Iowa from selling it to somebody in New York.
No, you're not.
You're just not going to get a manufacturer direct.
That's why I lean towards they're not selling to the government agencies.
Yeah.
You know, to the police and stuff, because they even said in there, we'll do everything like in our power to stop it or whatever, like not knowingly do it, which means maybe they're going to lean on their distributors and say, hey, if you guys sell to, you know, like New York cops, we're not going to supply you with ammo anymore. And then that distributor is going to, you know, kind of be screwed. So maybe they can put some pressure that way. I don't know how they're going about doing it. Again, I hope it's just the government not hurting the people.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I'm all for it. I wish every single gun manufacturer and ammo manufacturer in the entire world didn't sell to governments that were restrictive like that, because then they'd be forced to change.
Yeah,
exactly, man.
Absolutely.
They come at us from all fronts. We should go to. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? They're coming at the gun industry by encouraging banks or just straight up putting pressure on banks to not do business with firearm companies, and that's, you know, that's a big hurt. You know, you hear, what was that, Operation Choke Point, where a bunch of credit card processors stopped doing business with gun stores. Imagine running a store in this day and age that you can't accept credit cards. I mean, I know some places they just do cash on, like my FFL, he runs it out of his house, and he'll do a discount for cash, but he has one of those little things that like plugs into your phone, you swipe it or whatever. I don't trust those personally, because I have no idea what other stuff is on his phone that this thing is transmitting through. Like, I trust the system is secure, like the Square whatever
using
thingy.
Tile or Square.
Yeah, like I trust those companies have the security, but I have no idea what's on his phone, and there could be something that jumps in between that and the service. You know, he downloads something and then it gets all of my credit card info. Like, I don't want that. So personally, I just don't trust those things. And so because of that, I always use cash anyways when I would deal with him. But what if even those companies didn't allow, like, oh, you're an FFL? Well, we're not going to sell you the little Square thingy to hook up to your phone. Or a lot of places use it for gun shows, right? There's a lot of gun shows where they'll still process credit cards, and they have a lot of those portable things. So all it would take is those portable companies going, we don't want it. Like, we found out you're selling guns, we're canceling your service or whatever. And to be fair, they can do that. You guys know me. Private companies do whatever the hell they want, and I'm allowed to call them out if I don't like it, which is why I don't like Citibank, because they did the similar thing with not supporting gun manufacturers. And that was in the form of not giving loans to manufacturers of firearms, which to me is bad business sense. I mean, it's like, I get it. You don't want to give loans to someone you think their business is going to fail, right? Because then you're never going to get your money back. But I don't think that's the case with most of these firearm things. They just didn't do it out of out of principle, like what they say, out of morals.
Yeah. Well. Huh.
So I don't know, man. It's one of
Where
those.
was
It's
I
a,
going with that?
a multi-pronged attack. You know, they're attacking us from all fronts, and if we can fight back on some of the states, whether it's reducing tax revenue by moving your company out, or by not supplying the police officers stuff that the citizens can't have.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott's saying actually Square has done that. Okay, I did not know. So
What has Square done?
Apparently Square has canceled service with like gun people.
Really?
That's what he says. I don't know.
Huh? I
Don't take my word for it.
I'm not
Here's
going to. I just hadn't heard of it yet. So if that's happening, then shit.
Fuck Square. And I will continue to say I think that those things get hacked and stuff, because I know my ex went to a quilting show and like magically her credit card like started being used like 2 days after the show when she used one of those things. It's like, okay, you barely use your credit card because it was like a different one from the regular one she used every day. It's like you barely use that one. You use it once, and then 2 days later, like, someone in the Philippines is trying to buy shit, and you had to, it was easy. We just canceled it and got a new one or whatever. But right after using one of those things, so fuck Square. They suck.
Okay, we got an actual question out there. You know what? I will answer this question. Link just posted this in the chat. There it is in the side chat, and let me post it out there for those who want to look at it who don't have a computer in front of them. There you go. He's asking, question for the panel. Have any of you heard of this ammo? Link is there. It's lead-free, good brass, 308 ammo that's on sale for like 44 to 50 cents per round.
Yeah, frangible ammo, a copper matrix. What's the company? Oh, come on, Ammo Depot. Fuck yourself. Pop up an ad. Rugag?
Never heard of them.
Rugag copper matrix.
It looks like RWS on the box, but I can't. Let me check here. Like,
It does.
Yeah, RWS Deanna or Dinah. Don't they used to make like or air guns or something like that, or beat pellet guns or something, or maybe they still do. Why do I recognize that logo? RWS.
I have no idea why you.
Oh,
They're saying they're Swiss.
RWS
Air rifles. Oh, Umarex. They also manufacture Umarex air rifles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, that's just their logo or whatever. The Ruag something or other. Ruag weapon system. There you go. RWS.
I would say
totally lead-free frangible. I mean, that's cool. I have never bought 308 ammo, so I don't know if 44 to 50 cents per round is that comparable to like a lead jacketed thing, or is that a little more expensive?
Is it 380 or 308? Because he says 380.
It says 308 right here.
Oh, okay.
Because that ain't no. So I'm looking at the link right now.
Yeah, if you look at the picture, it's definitely that's 308 Winchester.
That ain't no 380.
110.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh no, it's just I was reading the
308.
comments in the YouTube section, and it.
That's why you can't trust YouTube. YouTube's a bunch of fucking liars.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, that didn't come out right.
No, it came out perfectly fine. And I will post the link over on the Gun Channel side so you guys can see it. But apparently he's saying that's actually inexpensive.
Okay.
So that's
never mind. Crisis averted. Link just mistyped 308.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar.
Well, hey man, if you live in a state that requires you to shoot lead-free or non-toxic ammo, that's going to be the way to do it. There's no reviews on it, but it looks solid. It does say training when you look under the data sheet, the second tab on the right underneath the product description. Suggested use is practice. I mean, obviously frangible. So, if you're worried about some sort of, backsplash or whatever, that's going to be one way to possibly minimize it. I mean,
Oh.
prices, that's pretty much spot on for 308 anyway, isn't it? Isn't that about what we pay for 20 rounds of brass normally?
Yeah, normally,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, just a box of just Walmart or whatever, you know.
right now, what I'm looking at is I'm probably going to order in the not too far off future some Steelcase 308, just because the factor that brass will get destroyed in the rifle I've got. So there's no point in buying brass ammo.
Oh, it's 083. Okay. I thought maybe it was 803 ammo. That'd be a pretty
Yeah.
sweet rifle.
803 ammo.
Yeah. I mean, other than being a destructive device because it's more than half an inch.
Oh, I would like to mention this. Did you hear what the Dallas mayor said?
Oh boy, I can't wait. Please tell us, Night Strike.
The Dallas mayor said that bazookas are legal.
Sorry.
Like,
Awesome.
really?
Like you can just go and pick them up somewhere and just use them whenever you want. And I'm like, really?
So wait,
Is-
are we talking about like a
Oh, wait, with a
normal
tag
like
cam?
bazooka, or are we talking about like a super bazooka that's like the big one?
I don't know, but maybe it's the kind of bazookas they're using in drive-bys in Chicago.
Well, I mean, this is Texas, so it could be go big or go home. We don't know.
Do they
Yeah,
have bayonet lugs
I
on
would
them?
imagine bazookas are legal, and because I don't see why they wouldn't be. And then the only thing is the ammo would be considered that'd be like a destructive device. So you get a tax stamp or whatever, you can have them. But
Yeah.
why
You
wouldn't
buy
they
an
be
army
legal?
tank?
That's
No?
like when people say, "Oh, I should be able to buy a tank." Blah blah. You can buy a tank. They are legal. Buying the ammo that goes inside the gun is a restricted item, but you can buy a tank.
Hey,
It's totally legal.
Hey, if you,
Ghost
I-
is here. Ghost would know. He's from this area. Ghost, you're from like the Dallas area, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you tell me if bazookas are legal in Dallas?
Are bazookas legal in Dallas?
Well, apparently that's what the Dallas mayor is saying. Can you share some light on this?
It's news to me, but I'm moving back if that's the truth.
hey,
I'm gonna pick
I'm
one
gonna
up. I'm gonna
plug
pick one up this
something
summer.
real quick. If you guys do want to buy a tank, there is a website. It's called Mortar Investments, and you can basically go on there. You could buy anything from a T-72 to a stinking. I'm looking at it right now. There's a T-72, an SU-100, a T-34, a T-55, and an AMX-13 tank. You can actually get a 251 insert Russian name here for $22,000 and have it shipped over here.
I want American. I don't.
Yeah, but
want
what
Russian.
colors do they come in? That matters to somebody like me.
Green, 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 and more green.
I'm not interested.
You can buy a
BM-
BM. You can buy a BMP-1 for $38,000.
All right,
right
Travis,
now.
they got a T-34 just for you.
I mean, if you can afford a tank and you wanted a different color, can't you just paint it?
Yeah,
No,
Go
I don't
Home
have to
Depot,
mess with
man.
it when I get it.
It's
It won't be
cheap.
time. I need to plan it for a trip.
They got T-72.
I mean, I'd go for the T-72. I'd go for the T-72 at $139,000.
Yeah, wait, find me an APC. What is this place called again? Mortar what?
Mortarinvestments.eu.
I found you an APC, Travis. Check this out. Let's see if the screen share works.
We take the kids to the mall and that, you know?
Here you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's perfect right there.
Right?
That'll
You're
get you through all
welcome.
kinds of weather.
I need that one right there. I mean, do
That-
they have two? That way you can buy one and I can buy one.
Can you do Uber in that?
Sure. I mean, think about the weather protection. Hail
Oh,
will have no effect on
BDRM.
in the summer.
Cool.
Think of the
I mean,
security.
I
Even the
really
kids agree.
don't think a tornado could lift that thing up. So you might be good.
No, if it's like 15 tons, probably not.
No,
Yeah,
this
it's fine.
that is probably around 16 or 17. The armor's pretty
Yeah.
thick on those.
Raph is asking, what's the discount code for free shipping?
I don't know.
Oddly enough, how shipping works is weird. Is you have packages that when you're doing large scale items like freight, it actually gets cheaper the heavier the object is. It's weird.
Well, because they just put that on the back of a freaking,
Just
tractors and
slap
shit.
a barcode on it and slap a stamp on it. There you go. Free shipping.
Would you love to roll up in that thing at Walmart for an oil change?
Heck yes.
I would
takes
just,
about 17 cords.
I would unfold one of those flat rate boxes and like tape it and be like, if it fits, it ships. Like it mostly fits.
It's mostly fits.
I just put some filler, like you cut it in half, put some filler cardboard in, and then put the two sides back together.
Right.
In Gunpowder, if you had that, you could be Tank Girl.
Oh my gosh, that movie
I
was
could be
nuts.
Tank Girl.
But
Hell yeah.
funny you should mention that. Her hair, the hair curler she had when we were in Tulsa, was Tank Girl-esque.
Hey, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
What, your kids are going to buy you a tank? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just saying, nothing says I love my mother more than buying her a tank.
Right?
I think we need to buy this for G-Webs. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness, the UAZ!
That's a shagging right there. Heck yeah, man. Look at that thing. Yeah.
Yo, and they're all-wheel drive too, and they have a diesel engine that's situated in the front, and they're like perfectly weight balanced
Look at
for
that.
off-road.
4 of us can all camp out at the same time.
Oh, man. It's already got his sleeping conditions
It
ready to go
does.
for him.
Yeah.
Will it afford a
Dude, that's pretty cool.
That won't draw any attention when he parks it at the range.
No, not at all.
So I have a question for you guys. It's a little off topic, but not really. So I'm noticing on the chat, everyone's going, "Oh man, Tarda, you're screwed." Blah blah blah, whatever. Why? Mother's Day is the kids
He gets
getting
access
shit.
to it also.
Tardon is
for one,
married
it's
to
awesome,
Gunpowder
but, like,
Baby. That's why.
Do you people, because I completely do not agree with this, where like the dad buys something for the mom for Mother's Day. That's bullshit. They shouldn't have to do that. Only the kids have to do it. You agree?
Well, unless the dad buys something for the wife that he knows the wife won't like and will just gift it back to him, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
a tank. Like a tank.
You gotta think strategically. If Dad buys something for Mom for Mother's Day, Mom's gonna get Dad something for Father's Day.
Exactly. And if he
Like
gets me a
another
tank, that means I have to one up. So that would possibly be like a chopper or
A
You
MiG
could
fighter.
decommission like Apache helicopter. That'd be badass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, that way we can travel and never have to worry about traffic.
Well, with a tank, you don't have to worry about traffic.
take
either.
the
You just go
ground,
over the traffic.
He takes the air.
Well-
Yeah, I take the ground. He takes the air. We got our area covered. It's good.
If I
Well,
did
I would
get
rather have a
Apache helicopter-
transformer, because then if I get stopped in traffic, I could just turn into a plane and fly away.
Yeah. If I was
Well,
able to get
I
an
mean,
Apache
I've
helicopter-
never found an actual transformer, but if that was an option, I'd totally take it too.
I'd probably have
There's
to
always
ask my
Christmas.
cousin to fly it because I don't know how to fly an Apache helicopter. I don't have good enough
Does it-
eyes to.
Anybody here?
Just like a
But that's
drone.
the fun
dude,
of
it's
it.
easy.
Why not try to learn? You know.
All right,
Google
Get
it.
a little
I'm pretty
drone
sure there's a
controller
YouTube
and you're good to
video.
go.
right.
Not nice. Right? Flying a helicopter is like driving a stick. So
Oh, okay. I'll just ask Heavy. Yeah.
Wait, do you not know how to drive a stick?
No, Heavy B. He was a chopper mechanic.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you didn't know how to drive a stick. I'm like,
We're
whoa,
talking
whoa,
about
whoa.
Helicopters, different type of stick.
yeah, actually,
yeah.
there's no gear assist shift on it. The throttle actually works more like the throttle on a motorcycle.
Oh, everybody dropped.
Oh man.
But on
We talk about outfitting Uber
So
drivers
while
and
we have
tanks.
some
and look what
quiet
happens.
time where not everyone's fucking talking over each other.
right.
I want to go back to this whole bazooka thing, and
Yeah.
I get it. You were what do we say, like mocking the guy or whatever.
I
about
came
the
across it on
comment and whatnot.
Facebook.
Yeah, but or like I'd say like ridiculing him. But when people say that kind of stuff, I like to use that as an educational time to say, you know what? You are absolutely correct. They are 100% legal. And yet we don't see those types of problems. Same thing when people are like, what, you think we should just be able to buy tanks? Be like, you know what? People are allowed to buy tanks. And you never hear about them being used in crime. Oh, you think people should have full auto? As a matter of fact, people do have full auto, and we don't hear about crimes happening. Granted, there's a bigger step for getting that kind of stuff, like a full auto, suppressors and whatnot, the extra $200 to time, the paperwork, all that crap. But they do exist, and crimes don't happen with them. Therefore, they should be legal just for everybody, because crimes still wouldn't happen with them.
Right.
So I'd like to use that bazooka comment as a learning moment and pat that guy in the back and say, I know you were probably trying to be anti-gun, but you actually kind of made a pro-gun argument by, being ridiculous, Mr. Mayor.
Right, because, if somebody comes at you with the tank, it's good to go home, get your bazooka, and you're all set.
Exactly. It's just the rule of
Absolutely.
self-defense.
Actually, Smeggy, I've only heard of 2 crimes being committed with tanks in America, so...
Yeah, there was a guy that had the low-speed chase in California back in the 90s, and he got it stuck up on the median.
He stole an M60 from the National Guard Armory. Another guy made his own tank out of a bulldozer and destroyed the town.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like my neighbor across the street has a deuce and a half. He hasn't run over a bunch of school children at a bus stop or whatever.
But think of it like this, though.
It's not a tank, but those wheels are still what, like fucking 5 foot or something? Like, I mean, that's a big ass truck.
If somebody stole a tank from the National Guard Armory and you had a bazooka, you got no worries.
Yeah,
Exactly.
self-defense.
I mean, at least a bazooka, it's reloadable. If you had an AT-4 or something, you only get one shot.
The only guy to stop a bad guy with a tank is a good guy with a
There you
bazooka.
go. No, it's a good guy with a bazooka. Yeah.
Armed teachers with bazookas.
Man, that'll put him around the hall.
Armed teachers with tanks.
Yeah, that works. That works. Let's just teach in tanks. There you go.
Well, I'm thinking to replace the school buses with the tanks.
Okay, kids, get the APC. Thanks.
I'll tell you what, I would have paid a hell of a lot more attention at school if we were driving around in tanks than if we were,
Okay,
there.
4 of you go with me, 4 of you go in the new G-Webs van.
The new G-Webs fan, yeah.
I love that green van. I think it's awesome, man. We need
Like,
to go
if
go
you
buy
do
that.
your homework, you're allowed to ride in the tank. If you don't do your homework, you have to,
Right.
you have to drive to school in the freaking, I don't know, whatever, the Prius.
Boring school bus.
Yeah, if you do your homework, the school bus turns into a tank. If you don't do your homework, it's a Prius. You decide.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my God, I would have done all my homework every single night. That was my downfall. I mean, I knew this stuff. I just never did the homework because I thought it was dumb. Because I already know this stuff. Why do I have to write it down?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Now, wait a minute, Smeggy.
What the fuck, dude?
I thought the same thing when I was in high school, Smeggy, but somehow or another you turned out to be an engineer and I'm a damn janitor. What happened?
I said, what the
I'm
fuck?
not sure.
What's going on?
Oh, friggin' Nashville's being a dick. They knocked the net over on Hellebuck.
Oh, you're watching.
Tried to trap him in the goal.
Is it still Stanley Cup playoffs? Every time I watch hockey, it's
Yeah, it's
Stanley
round
Cup
2.
playoff. It's like
Yeah,
it's
so
like it'll be happening in July, Stanley Cup playoffs.
No, but it
does
goes.
hockey ever end?
It goes to the first week of June.
That's what I thought.
That's normally the
Okay.
Stanley Cup Finals.
They have a month off, and that's
right
it.
now. Then we'll have the the conference finals and then the Stanley Cup Finals. So there's two more rounds after this one, and this one just started. Most of the games are game 2. Like every series is tied up 1-1. So there's going to be at least 5 games, if not 7.
Who is your team again? You Red Wings fan or what?
Yeah.
Cool,
I don't want to
cool.
talk about it.
No, it's all right, man. It's all good.
We missed the playoffs this year for the second time in my memory. So I don't want to talk about it.
It's all good.
My whole life growing up, we were in the playoffs every year and pretty much Stanley Cup contenders every year. Like, anyways, we don't need to talk about all that. So yeah, bazookas are cool. Tanks are awesome. I'd like one of each, please. Is there anything else going on out in the chat people want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to talk about? We have a couple more people in here now.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
noticed Gary Gizzard jumped in as well.
yeah, Gary's here. Awesome.
Hasn't said anything yet.
No,
Hey,
he's
what's up?
probably just still driving home. So,
Nope, I just got home.
oh, awesome.
I've been listening to most of it on the way home. I just didn't want to jump in the live chat till I got here.
All right, I have to walk away from the computer real quick. So, Smecky, you're in charge. Go.
Okay. So yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be building a Yugo M70 AB2, which is the regular 8KM underfolder. I mean, I'm trying to add to the conversation, you know, start something. I don't know.
Another damn commie gun.
It's not a Tommy gun. Listen, bub.
Yikes. Triggered much? My God.
Yeah. Sorry. It's not going to be a Tommy gun anymore because it's been cut up, and it's going to be made on a U.S. receiver, U.S. barrel, a U.S. stock, because I can't exactly have the underfolder part.
Why can't you have the underfolder part?
Because New Jersey.
Oh.
Either that or I got to figure out a way to permanently fix the quote unquote permanently affix unquote the stock.
Yeah. Can you stop quoting shit and just say make it not fold?
I can make it not fold, but in case I move out, I want to make it fold again.
Yeah, can't you just like put a pin through it or whatever that you could easily drill back out once you move? Because I mean the thing's got to pivot and the thing slide past the other part or whatever. So if you popped a pin through like the part that rotates and the part that doesn't, that should count as being permanently attached or whatever.
Never thought about that actually. I mean, I thought about doing a tack weld on the inside, and then when I move out, just file it down. But I guess
that might be a little easier, to be honest. But so,
why don't you move first and then go get all the cool stuff?
But I just got a new job, and it's walking distance from my house. So, I mean,
yeah, but it's still,
I have a better suggestion. Why don't you change the New Jersey laws?
I like that idea.
I mean, I get it. People move. Some people stay and fight, blah, 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 whatever. I like making my environment fit my interest. So
just do it anyway. Just make it fold.
I didn't say that because obviously, you know, laws exist and whatnot. And you didn't say that either. But, you know, this is parody for the internet. But, yeah, I mean, I would seriously look at that law. Has anyone brought that up in a while and been like, why is this a thing? Like, why does this, does it fall under like an assault weapon type thing where it's like collapsible or folding stock, bayonet lug, blah, 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 that kind of crap? It falls under that.
Yeah. Because New Jersey is still under the 1994 assault weapons ban. It never got removed from New Jersey law.
So when the federal government did that in 94, they mirrored that at a state level, and that didn't sunset.
Yep.
I would look at it and go, look, why'd the federal government get rid of it? The studies have shown it didn't do anything. So how about we get rid of it? I mean, there's ways to attack that. And if you ask for the moon, you get halfway there close enough. You know what I mean? Like, why not go after? Again, it comes down to the whole strategy of, you know, coming at them from different angles. So, you know, I don't know. There's got to be state level organizations that are always trying that stuff. Get a couple senators in your pocketbook and get them to repeal that thing.
Okay.
That's my solution. Other than that, keep it as stock as possible. Like I really don't like the idea of some cool piece of history or some foreign thing like getting all mutilated because of our stupid laws. I hate that we have to use the U.S. parts.
Yeah.
You know, why should I
hate
have to
that
swap
too.
out the trigger? Why do I have to have a different freaking, whatever, this, that, or the other muzzle device or something? Like, that's dumb.
Yeah. Huh. So I do try to make my AK builds as historically accurate as possible, and I do favor the Yugo AKs just for the simple fact that I'm a little obsessed with what happened in like between the Serbs and the Croatians in the 90s. So the weaponry from around that era are fascinating to me.
A lot of people killed a whole lot of other people for no good reason. That's what happened.
Exactly.
Yep.
Lots and lots of ethnic cleansing. Such a crude term.
Oh man, we have a good question out in the chat that may or may not be answerable. But Patriots asking, basically, what's a good entry model wood furniture AK?
Stay away from Century Arms and IO, and you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you say a Wasser would be okay? The Wassers have always been solid. I mean, they're crude, but they run well.
Yeah, the Wasser's okay, but you gotta find one that's the I forget what model it is. It's like a 63 or something along those lines. A 1063, that's what it is. If you can find a 1063, which is the Wasser model, then you are good to go. They're pretty reliable for a decent price point. I would try and find something used. Actually, most people are like, "Oh, well, if you get something new, then you know it's new." But at the same time, if something's been used and it works, that way you know it works. Because if you get something new from IO or Century, they have mundane reviews that are just kind of like 2.5 out of 5 stars or 50% or whatever, what have you. When it comes to AKs, it's a very fine line of either most of them will always work, but it's a fine line between quality and crap.
Right. There's definitely a thing in the AK market of there was a lot of small people that just put part kits together, and some of them are good, some of them are not, and they've made their way through the system. But I mean, if you know what to look for, then you should be fine. Like, with a used AK, I've heard G-Webs talk about, he's got one AK, you might as well call it a shotgun. I mean, it's like we've shot the crap out of it for millions of years. So it's like, as long as you look at that kind of stuff, and then, just there's a handful that you can look at the rivets and see if they look wonky. And I don't really know exactly what to look for, but you can just it when you see it. It might still work, but that's a sign that they didn't really pay attention to detail and take their time when they were putting the thing together. They were just cranking them out left and right.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that Classic is showing off some of the Romanian GP Wasser AK-47s. Now, they are imported by Century, but they are Romanian receivers, right?
Yeah, it's a Romanian commercial AK. It's not a mil spec AK as far as it's as close as you're going to get. But my understanding is that the Wassers from Romania are commercial AKs.
Yeah.
And here's what I would suggest is most people are like, oh, well, I can get a Wasser or something from Century for like $600. What I say to those people is save that money and save an extra $300 and get yourself a base, little low model, either a what is it? I'm blanking on the name, Arsenal, or James River Armory,
Yeah.
although their prices have come up, they are still a very, very good AK. They're very well built. Or if you want to spend the money and go to a place like Rifle Dynamics and actually go and build your own, I would highly suggest you do that. But those classes are like $3,000.
What about
But
the?
it will-
Go ahead.
It'll give you a learning experience of they go through all the steps of the philosophy behind the AK, the history, the basically everything. But you get a parts kit, you go through the class, and you build that rifle. And at the end, you basically break in the rifle by shooting many, many magazines out of it. And it's just such a great learning experience because, but this is for like the super enthusiasts that are like, oh my gosh, AK is life. So.
But honestly, if it's just like an entry level one, they're not wanting to put a lot of money down. I would say just go and get a PSA AK for like $4.99.
Yeah, they're okay. I've handled a few of them.
They're not the greatest. I get it. They're not the greatest. They're not an Arsenal. But again, you're paying what, $500 instead of like what, $7 to $9.
You can, somewhere in there.
So again, it's up to what it depends on what you want, what configuration. So, Wassers is a good choice. PSA AKs, I like those. If you want,
but you're a PSA whore.
I am. I'm still waiting on that PSA money, but it ain't here yet. But I'm still gonna plug them. So, but there are a lot of good options out there.
I had watched a few of these on AK-47 Operators Union. Was it the Riley Defense that he had trouble with? Those were around 700. They look nice, but they're American made. Or was it like Blackheart Arms or something? There's one. I think it was Riley Defense. You guys watch that video on that?
Yeah. I would actually, and I encourage people to watch the AK-47 Operators Union, just for the simple fact that the amount of like stress that some of these rifles go to, most of your average gun owners will never even come close to putting that kind of stress on the rifle. So now these are, especially with the Wasser, the 1063, that thing was beat to death, but it had 10,000 rounds through it, which is incredible. Now, at the very end, it was like quite literally falling apart, but if you take care of your rifle, that rifle will easily last you an extra 2,000 or 3,000 rounds.
Now, they weren't servicing those rifles when they were using them. They were just using them until they just literally went to shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, had they done some maintenance on them in between, then those rifles might have lasted longer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's one of those weird benchmarks. Any of the torture test type things, like it can give you an idea of like a quality type thing, but like you said, at the same time, the average person isn't going to get anywhere near that kind of mistreatment. So,
no, and the average person,
if it lasts in worst case scenario for however many thousand rounds, just imagine how much it would, taking care of it.
Right. So, keep that in mind if you watch those videos.
Yeah.
All right. So,
and also speaking of barrel life of AKs, Rifle Dynamics actually has one of their the owner. He has an AK-74 that he built, and he has like close to 30,000 rounds through it.
Right.
And I mean, with those kind of classes, if you learn how to build an AK, that rifle will technically last you forever, no matter how many rounds you put through, because you can always press out the barrel and repopulate a new barrel, press it back on, and there you go. And the bolt carrier group and the front trunnion won't wear out because they're incredibly hard metals. They're most likely, from what I've tested on my AK-74 and my M72 RPK, is they have an average Rockwell hardness between 50 and 60 Rockwell hardness. That's incredibly hard steel.
Yeah. I'm checking the comments out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of conversations going on back and forth between people.
Yeah, nothing for us.
Not really paying attention to our chat. They're just using our chat as a way to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Bunch of crap.
Oh. Apparently people are laughing at the comment I made about Travis. That's got to get me some ire from Travis, but he doesn't give me links to his show, but he lets a ton of people on his show. So
Snowy
Which Travis are we talking about here?
and
Other Travis.
the one who says he's a chef, but he's not really a chef.
Well,
The
I
other
cook.
Travis?
You don't have to talk smack about me. Oh, the other Travis. Yeah. Okay.
just real quick. Snowy North Gunslinger says, "Is it realistic to get an AK or AK-74 or 47 under $500?" No. Unless you find one that is a screaming deal used.
Yeah, unless it's used and abused, you you might be able to find a 47, but you're not going to find a 74 for that price.
Most likely, the prices for a 74 will probably hover around $700 to more than $1,000.
Just because 74 is more one, it's the more modern of the two, and two, it's let's be honest, it's not that easy to find ammo for in 5.45 by 39. Granted, you can find it, but it's not readily available like it was because of the 7 and 6 band.
Doesn't American Eagle make it now?
Yeah, but
Well, you can't just go to Walmart and buy it. I mean, you're probably not going to.
You can't just buy like a lot like you were able to before, like whether it was Tula or military surplus.
Polish Tantals are not AK-74s. They are similar, but they are not. They use AK-74 magazines, but the Polish Tantal is a Polish Tantal. It's not an AK-74.
Close enough.
Pants is saying that 5.45 is everywhere online in bulk and is cheaper than 5.56.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They sell Wolf $7 for a box of 30 for WPA Military Classic for 5.45. There's Polyformans. Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at Target Sports USA right now, and they've got 12 different, well, about 9 different versions. There's Century Arms also has the Red Army Standard ammo.
Yeah, Red Army Standard is okay. It's good ammo. Personally, if you were to build your own and you use a Green Mountain rifle barrel, the Green Mountain rifle barrels are a little. They're true to the Russian spec, so they are physically a .221 diameter bore, and these like your Red Army Standard and your Wolf ammo are the later spec ammo, which the bullets themselves are .223 diameter or 222, depending on the lot. They tend to give very high pressure signs.
How about this option, AY? What's your take on this?
Hold on.
Adams Arms 5.45 upper.
Adams Arms is it AR upper?
Yeah, it's an AR.
Yeah, 5.45 AR upper. I wonder how that works with your mags if you have to buy a special.
Yeah, you would probably have to buy a special magazine. There was a company. I don't know if this company still exists, but it's called Huldra Arms, Hauldra. Let me look it up.
Man, I wish they had that on. Wish they had that in stock. I'd buy that sucker in a heartbeat, man.
Huldra Arms. I think they got bought out by Adams Arms.
I think they
Ah,
might
okay.
too.
But they used to do 545 AR stuff like it's their job. And they had a pretty sick decal that I actually wanted to get, but they don't exist anymore apparently.
Adam's Arms has shown that upper. It's sold out right now, but when they have it in stock, it's normally $449.
It's not bad.
Oh no, it says apparently they. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're showing it here on their website with the MOE handguard, which is kind of cool. You got that adjustable piston system up in the front. So it does
Alright.
come with a 30-round magazine, but I'm not sure exactly. You're probably going to have to buy something, obviously proprietary maybe, or you're going to have to get, it's not going to take your AK mag, obviously.
Scott Pacini out there in the chat has sent us an email with a question. He's saying, does anyone know of a brand or manufacturer of a backpack that has a Velcro or Velcro scraping in it for a breakdown rifle? Like my Ruger PC9.
You mean straps? Probably is what that meant.
Maybe straps. I don't know. Like my Ruger PC9 carbine. I remember a few years ago, Mac Military Arms Channel was carrying around one with a breakdown AR in it. Huh.
You might be able to get by on like a larger camera backpack because they have those compartments in them and the Velcro and the little walls and shelves that you can stick in them and they stick into place like to divide the cameras and the lenses. You might be able to get that so you can divide it up into two separate portions. You have the receiver on one side and the upper on the other side. I'm sorry, the receiver and the lower, maybe separated in two parts. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some options for that. I'm sure you could probably find something specifically made for that application.
I don't know. I'm not a backpack aficionado, so.
If you just type in AR-15 backpack, there's quite a bit of things that come up there. There's on Amazon, they've got the Elite Survival Systems Stealth Covert Operations backpack. There's the Military Tactical Assault Rifle backpack. There's a bunch of them on Amazon.
Cycle Camp, just real quick. He asked, how do I stop my Norinco Mac 90 from beating the ever-loving shiznit out of my brass? Don't feed it brass. Just feed it steel case. Because that's what AKs were made for. Because AKs were made to eject so hard that they basically made sure that they ejected. Unlike the AR that just kind of like poops them out in comparison. The AKs were overgassed for a reason. Not only to get the shell out or the casing out, but also to expel any type of dirt or debris that is in the action. So to get your Norinco Mac 90 from beating the crap out of brass, just feed it steel case.
Well, I would imagine the extractors and all that stuff were like they're just stronger, so they don't, wear down pulling against the steel so much. So they're just playing like harder and beefier. So when they're trying to pull up against brass, which is soft and malleable, I could see it freaking smacking it up a bit.
Yeah, cycle AKs by design are designed to be overgassed.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the AK-74s. When they did the modernization, they kept the overgassed, basically the ideology between that. And that's why the AK-74s basically launched their casings into the stratosphere.
What do you mean, what, Smikey?
Oh, I nothing. Never mind.
All right.
They called it right. It was a goal, but the way the defenseman was acting was like it didn't go in. Like he was just playing like maybe no one noticed. I'm just gonna keep going.
Smeggy's watching hockey while we're doing hit or miss, so ignore Smeggy, guys.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
dude, friggin' the
No,
game was tied with like 2 minutes left in the
what's-
game, and then Washington just scored.
What's the guy that has the AK channel? I think his name is Brandon Hera. He's making a 50 caliber AK, which I think is pretty neat, but it doesn't keep that ideology of being overgassed, and it poops the brass out, and it's very depressing coming from an AK guy.
Because the brass has to eject, the brass or steel has to eject violently for it to be an AK.
Exactly. It has to be launched into the stratosphere, or it's not an AK.
Right. So
I still don't know what you're talking about. My AR shoots the brass pretty damn far. About as far as
That's
my
why I
AK
said in
goes.
comparison. And
That's what I'm saying. In comparison, it shoots it like the same as my AK.
I mean, there are people out there. Now, what AK do you have? That is the question.
It's a mutant, but it's basically a DDI with a Hungarian parts kit. So it's a DDI milled receiver Hungarian parts kit.
Oh, that's
And
why
it shoots the steel pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying my AR keeps up with it. Like it shoots it just as far.
my AK is pretty nice. Ellis wanted to take it home with him, and I told him no.
Yeah, my AK-74 just
So
kind of makes the brass disappear.
even though the receiver on it is Foos's custom receiver, and it's got Hungarian markings on it instead of East German markings, it still looks better with the East German furniture. Just saying.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm excited to build this M70. So I'm going to be
Alright.
ordering the parts kit on Friday, and hopefully I'll be documenting it via my cell phone here. Hopefully.
Let's see if I got a picture of it. I do have a picture of it.
Oh, speaking about commie guns, today is May Day. Who's your favorite communist?
No. Today is May. It is the first month of Makarov.
Oh, I like that.
I thought it was a May K-47.
Oh,
Well,
that's a good one.
if you want to do May K-47, we could argue.
No, because we already have AK April, which just ended.
We have AK April. It just ended, so we're on Makarov now. But
I
like
like someone
Maykay
said
better.
AR-15. That one's pretty good too.
May
I like
R15,
Maykay better.
But
Can I get that on a patch, somebody, please? Maykay 47 or Maykay 74?
But by the
Talk to
way,
G-Webs.
Awag, here's what a Hungarian looks with a Croatian bolt old open mag that's been dremeled to hell by a Travis P11 and an Eastern
God, that mag.
furniture kits. Furniture
What,
kit, so.
For some weird reason with the lighting, it looks like the stock is like sequenced. Or however the hell you pronounce
It's got the
it.
little like dots in it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Flash.
All you need is a gold paint job.
Yeah, I know, right? The golden AK. Yeah.
But I'd say that's a pretty decent looking AK.
I'm happy with it. It mounts a bayonet, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Wolverines.
Wolverines. The chair.
Screaming
is the wall.
Wolverines and interrupted by shall not be infringed. How to scare any liberal.
That is
Did
scary
you see
liberal.
the thing? Speaking of that, real quick, just kind of off topic, but the creators of South Park got like some award for like keeping freedom and like freedom of speech in the media or type of thing or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was like some award, and the group that gave it to them was like hardcore liberal progressive people, and in like the opening line of their acceptance speech, they're like, "Oh man, sure is great to be here. We're Republicans." And like the whole crowd was like, what? Because the whole crowd like hates Republicans.
Thanks for inviting us and whatnot, but we're Republicans. We're not supposed to be here.
we do agree with the freedom of speech, because honestly, I don't know. I think half of it, I think they were trolling a little bit.
They might have been.
Because I've heard them talking before. They definitely seem more similar to like a libertarian type thing.
Yeah.
But they're definitely not like progressives. Like they hate all that social justice warrior bullshit.
So what they might be is they might be libertarian Republicans or Goldwater Republicans.
Right. Let's just say they were definitely still probably the most conservative people sitting in the room, just because libertarians are half conservative, half liberal, and everyone else in the room was like 100% like super progressive people.
Well,
but I just wanted to kind of put that in there at the end here.
I'm more
kind of a funny
libertarian,
thing,
but that doesn't mean I'm liberal. Just saying.
Well, I mean, if you think of yourself as a libertarian, you kind of are you're half liberal if you still agree with a lot of the just leave everyone the fuck alone aspect of libertarianism.
But that's what the Constitution says.
Right, but that's not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that, you know, I describe libertarian as being more conservative than Republicans and more liberal than Democrats, if you want to put it in terms of political powers.
Black Cat Outdoors says Night Strike is more of a log cabin Republican. Hey, just because I have a bitchin' beard does not mean I like living in log cabins. No
And you live out in the middle of the woods.
Hey, it's not my fault most of South Carolina has trees, okay? There's still
it is your
trees
fault.
everywhere.
Get working. Start cutting them bitches down.
Cut them down.
Kind of
Paul
like
Bunyan
them
would be ashamed.
I want paper.
Cut them down with a chainsaw bayonet.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I want one of those, but I'm not paying $800 for a chainsaw bayonet. I'm sorry, but you're crazy. No one should pay that much for a bayonet.
Yeah, but it's a freaking chainsaw, bro. Like, you gotta get them all.
Yeah, bro. There's chainsaw shit.
Bro.
You know
Like, enough said. Come on. What part are you not understanding?
what you got to do is you got to mount a chainsaw bayonet to the chainsaw bayonet.
Okay, I will crowdfund, to get a chainsaw bayonet. There we go.
Easy. Just go down to Home Depot and get yourself some duct tape and a chainsaw. There you go.
Oh, they make one. What is that company called? Is that Double Star?
Yeah, something like that.
I saw them at SHOT Show, and they were like, obviously it was like front and center, and they were like, dude, we were so proud when CNN showed the chainsaw bayonet. They were like, all of our dreams came true. Like, someone found us and like knew about us enough to be like, this is a possible modification.
Free promotion. Yay!
Yeah, I think you just go down to CNN's head office and be like, yo, can I get one of them chainsaw bayonets? And they just give them to you. I think.
Yo, you know what we need for Dallas? We need a bazooka bayonet.
Well, that would just be like the grenade launcher. What are those things called?
No, it's got to be a bazooka.
Well, no, I mean, but I'm saying I wouldn't call it a bayonet. I would call it like the underbarrel bazooka.
A bazooka net.
A bazooka net. There we go. There we go. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't attach a bazooka to the bayonet lug. I'd attach a bazooka to the rail. That's just me personally. I think it's a little more of a stable platform to attach a bazooka.
I like the name Bazooka Net, so we're gonna stay with that, and we're gonna end it on that note. So,
well, I'm not buying a bazooka net then. Screw you. I'm gonna start my own company that makes bazooka. Like I said, what the hell are those grenade launchers called? Like the M80s or not M80? What are those things called?
M203?
Yeah, so it'd be like that, only a bazooka.
okay. All right.
So
There you have it. Smacky would rather have an M203 instead of a Bazooka Net.
Yeah, I don't have
I
a
like
cool
the
name like you
bazooka net
guys
better.
do, but At least mine's not going to fall off.
Won't fall off.
Oh, you're going to attach a bazooka with just a little fucking bayonet lug? It's going to break off.
It's not gonna break off. Well,
You have all that extra mass hanging off the end. It's going to freaking break off, bro.
well, it'll probably be attached via rail too. So.
Well, then it's not a bayonet. Now you just stole my idea. Bayonets don't attach to the rail. You either only attach to the bayonet or you don't call it a bayonet bazooka or whatever the hell you call it, a bazooka net.
We will discuss this later.
You attach to the rail, you're impinging on my patent, motherfucker. I'm suing you.
Right, sure you are.
In the
That's all right.
meantime, I'm going to attach a dual bazooka net to my AR-15.
Oh, there you go. All right, so I'd like to thank my panel for showing up. AWAG, thank you for showing up.
You're welcome. Anytime. Thank you.
Gary, I know you haven't said a lot, but thanks for jumping in.
Got in just the nick of time. Thanks for the invite.
Gunpowder Beauty, thank you for showing up.
Thank you for the invite. I hope everybody has a great night.
Yep. Smeggy, thank you for actually showing up this time. You still angry?
Oh, damn, it's my computer that's lagging. Fuck.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, she was breaking up, but I think it was me because then all my stuff started buffering. I was going to ask, can I get a ride in the tank once you get it? If I come visit you?
You mean Gunpowder Beauty?
Yeah, that's who I was talking to.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my kid getting yelled at. I missed it.
If I come visit you, can I get a ride in your tank?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, excellent.
Is that legal to start crowdfunding for a tank?
Sure. This is
Sure it
America,
is.
son.
It's America.
America.
You buy a tank for every day of the week
Hold
if
on,
you want to.
hold on. Let me amend that statement. As long as you're not in New York, New Jersey, California, Oregon, or Washington State.
I bet you they
Screw it.
See,
I'm
you're
doing it
safe.
in New
I'm
Jersey.
in Texas, so we're good.
Right. So.
I bet you they can
guys.
still own tanks.
Squib, thanks for jumping in while you've been working. Don't know if he can respond right now because he's at work.
Thanks for the invite.
All right. Awesome. And Travis, thank you for showing up and bringing something to the table.
No problem, man. Anytime. I always appreciate the invite.
All right. So with that, guys,
I got something else real quick. I just remembered. Tomorrow is Every Second Matters. So get out there, spread the word, spread the good word of the Second Amendment, and look out for me dropping my legislative update as I do every month, and probably doing a chat, whether someone else does and I jump in theirs, or maybe I'll just do one of my own. Anyone's free to do a chat, call it Every Second Matters, talk about the Second Amendment, It's a crowdsource type thing, so grassroots, I guess, would be a better word. But just get out there and spread the Second Amendment.
have you seen my new hat, Smeggy?
That's awesome.
Shall not be infringed. Gary gave me this patch. So.
No step on snack.
Did you get that one in Tulsa?
Yeah, that's the one I got in Tulsa.
Nice.
Shall not be infringed. So, on that note, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week. This was Hit or Miss.